Today we have embellishments using one of the sheets from the Pansy Kit from the Dearjuliejulie Etsy shop. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, it's Julie, and I would go ahead and work with a page out of the kit. When I do a challenge here on the Dearjuliejulie channel, I have a Facebook group, and as you work through and you show us what you're doing, and then when you finish your journal, the challenge journal, you publish it into the group as well as onto your social media, and your prize just for finishing is a digital kit. And so this is my Pansy digital kit. It's also available in the Dearjuliejulie Etsy shop. I'll put the link down below, and I will put the Spring Stash Buster video playlist, which is all of the, I made several journals during the Stash Buster time. So we're going to play with this. We're going to make some embellishments. I have pulled out a Great Thought a Day pad. This is from Staples, and I have bought several of these in different, they've had different covers, but they're lined papers. I do have, I think the pink one is here. So this was one, and I usually buy them when they're like half price. I have these out. I have some packing tape out, and then I have this sticker sheet. It is for making discs. I'm not going to use that for this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue the whole sheet onto this sticker sheet. It's going to give me, there we go, because I accidentally printed it on just regular copy paper. I did, is it to the edge, so borderless. I printed it borderless. For ephemera pages on my digital kits, I do not recommend that. I recommend that you do those with a border, because you get the true size that I made all of the little squares to be. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead. I'm using the fat side of my, I guess it's called the broad tip, side of my Mono Tombow liquid glue. And so I've gone ahead and I'm just gluing this whole copy paper down onto the sticker paper. I don't know if I'm going to use it as sticker paper yet or not. But there we go. Okay, so I want to make sure that we're down as much as we can be or should be. Okay, so one of the things that I know that I definitely want to make is using, you know what, I'm going to use scissors, because the glue is not dry yet. If I try and cut this with the cutter, it will ball up and it will be ruined for sure. Okay, so I'm thinking to start off with, we'll come up here and cut this one. And I think that's really pretty. And I think we can just fold that in half. And we can start off by making a paper clip. So we're going to go ahead and grab, there's blue, and there's purple. So, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but it's going to make a really nice paper clip like we would normally make out of tickets. I'm going to put the long side of the paper clip there, and the small side here. Excuse me. And then I'm just going to go around the outside of the page and add glue and then hold it shut. Okay. The really cool thing about this is I can still come back in and I can trim it up because it ended up a little off. Okay, so trim it. Okay, so even though I didn't add anything to the outside, we can still do that because our paper clip here is exposed. So I do have, just happen to have right here, some purple eyelash trim. So if this is something that you might be interested in seeing in the Etsy shop, please let me know. I haven't ever added like trims and things, and there's some that I do have plenty that I could add. And then I have this really cool yarn as well. So I'm going to make these things, and they are going to match. They're going to match my my journal for my challenge for January, but they aren't junk. So these will be added to the journal after, because I will tell you that, you know, you all know, I've given you the hint that January is going to be similar to last January. I did change some of the things in our favor. Actually, I changed them into our in our favor. But anyway, I think that's going to be just great, just like that. And then I have some leftover, right? Leftover nail polish. And I'm going to go ahead and add that just because I love the way that we get the sparkle. And then how fast it dries. That's another. So I have this in several colors, but this is number 544 from the Dollar Tree. And there you go. We have a cute little flat paper clip that is going to be amazing, and we'll be able to use that. Okay, so next I have this right here. And I think this one just would make a great tag or journaling card, just as it is. I will be using the purple stamp pad from Tim Holtz, and I haven't used a lot of stamp pads lately, so don't accuse me that I just all of a sudden stop it, Julie. Shame on me. Okay, anyway, so I do have this, and I'm just going to go around the outside and add a little bit of color. This is Chipped Sapphire. So it's really a blue purple. It's very pretty. Okay, so there we go. Very simple. Just that. Could also add it to the back to this. And maybe even put some pieces across it just to give it a little more interest. Okay, so there is that. Very simple. And then we have this one here. I love how these turned out. And then there's pages that match most of these that you see here. And of course, if I had cut this out of, or if I had printed it on cardstock, that would have been better, but I didn't. So let's see if we can, yeah. this up along the edge here. Okay. Okay. So we do get to use yeah, I'm not gonna, I'll do that on the next part. Okay, so we have this, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn this side over and turn this into a pocket. Okay, so we'll have both the we will have the note paper where we can write on the other side, and then we also will have this pocket on this side. Okay, and this will give some, make this a little more substantial. Okay, and then this can go into here, and can actually go into the pocket if you want it to. Okay, but I always think it's kind of cool to have, well, we'll let this dry. I'm just making a mess. Okay. Okay, so another thing that I have is I have this in my stash, a file little file holder, and so on this one we can go ahead and add a tuck is what I'm going to do here. So we're just going to use several of the different ways that you can use your papers, and at the same time this is going to give me embellishments that I'll be able to use when my January journal is finished. Okay, so I'm going to pull this over. So I'm going to want something on this edge. I'm looking around. Here's a piece of lace, and we'll just cut it. Being that this is not part of the challenge, I can use whatever I want. The challenge is to make a base journal, okay? And then you can, and of course you'll want to decorate it some. And many people just used junk totally and made beautiful, beautiful journals. But this, I'm going to be using mine for something. So, something a little specific. Now, you can see what I did here is I needed to pull it so that it was over all the words. I didn't want to see those words that were down behind there. So then I can decide, I may decide that I want it to be a pocket rather than a tuck spot. Okay, you do have to help this glue a little. Okay, so that is going to be able to hold something. So it might hold, you know, that, or it might hold something this direction. And then we can turn this over and decorate this other side. And let's see, I think I'm going to go ahead and make this a little smaller. I do have a smaller ephemera sheet, and that was your being patient gift. And so you'll find that in the, if you finished your journal, you'll find that in the group. Again, if you didn't receive this for free, you can also purchase it in the Dearjuliejulie Etsy shop, and it is on sale this weekend for half price through January 1st. Okay, now let's go ahead and find I'm going to go ahead and make this be like it's a stamp. We're going to cancel it. Okay. Oops. There we go. And we'll leave the other spaces. You can still go ahead and write there if you wanted to, but I just thought it would be kind of fun to decorate that side like it was mail. And then I think we'll just go ahead and add this one. Yeah, the other thing, these would not be curling up if they were just out of cardstock and not having to, there we go. We'll just put that right in there. You know what? I am going to close this up because there's plenty of room. So we'll just close this up. So I've just added glue there along just the top edge, and then this will fit right inside there. Okay. Okay. And I think we'll go ahead and staple some of this at the edge. Just kind of makes it look a little more finished. So just stapling. I've got gold staples. I got them at Staples. Got gold staples at Staples. And so there's that. So we have the flower song, and like I said, a lot of these are also pages within this journaling kit. Okay, so we have this and this and our pretty little, okay, and then okay, so if we were to take this and make it a flip up, flip down, so say we put this right here like this, And then we brought this up. Okay. And then you might want to decorate underneath here. I'm going to see if I can take the sticker back off. I don't know if we can. We can. Yay. Okay, so I think we'll do it this way. I'm going to try and center it. By just eyeing it. Okay. There we go. So that will give us a flip up, flip down that I'll be able to add. And I love that. Okay, so we also have some vintage, well, I don't know about vintage, but they are older tickets here. And so I think I'm going to go ahead and add the large piece just like we did before. Okay, and then this. Okay, so the thing about ticket ones, you can have, you know, a lot of these already ready, and that works out really, really, really good. And then you can just come in and add a cover to it if you wanted to. And so that's what I'm going to do here. Okay. So I'm going to put the glue onto the ticket itself, because that's where because what I'm adding is going to be bigger. So I'm putting the glue on the ticket itself. Then I'm going to add my little receipt here. Just happens to fit top to bottom. It fits really well. Side to side. Now you could go ahead and have it go just like that. You could have it come down at the bottom so that you could see some of it. You could put that piece of lace that was left that's now lost on it. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over and trim it down to fit the ticket. Okay, so that gives me that. And I am going to come in with and add some lace down here at the bottom. Those little additions can really make a difference. Okay, so there's that. And then I could just, because I'm noticing that it's on my fingers, made me think that I could just add a little bit of this. Okay. There we go. And then there, to add this, we just pull it up underneath. You can tie it off if you want to, and I am going to tie it off. There we go. That gives me another paper clip. I like that very much. And then, okay, so So come over here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And we still have the pocket that we can put something in. I have to set all these underneath the books because once they're dry, we'll be able to Okay, so another thing that you're going to be able to do with these, of course, is make like a mini journal. And this kit does have a mini journal kit as part of the kit. And something that I've started adding to most of my kits is a mini journal so that you can make a little tiny journal out of what we have. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, and these are just going to be more tags. And to make them look more taggy, we are going to go ahead and use the Hobby Lobby tag punch. I love this because you can make tags out of 1.5 inch strips, 2.5, or 2 inch strips. And so there you go. There's one. And I think, like, do I want to do it that way or that way? I'll do it this way. Okay, so that gives me 2 more tags, and then we can just add yarn to this one, pulling it through, and then pulling this through. Sometimes I'll just staple that on the top. And I do that because it's not as bulky. You don't have the knobby edge or the knot, like. Okay, so just stapling it. That gives us another tag. And then here we have this cute little piece. And this would be great, like if you had a small pocket. Okay. So if you had just a small pocket down at the bottom of your, better use this glue, have more control over the edge. Okay, so we'll just add this small pocket down here. And then you'll be able to put like this and maybe a ticket. Okay. So we have 2 tags. Make that 3 tags because we have this one here that we just have to wait for it to dry so that we can straighten it. And we'll put all these under in a book, straighten them all out. We have our flip up, flip down. Have this little guy. So this is what we've got so far, and this is all made out of yeah, I was supposed to do that one out of this. Let's see, do we... Okay, well, we'll cut this one down. The other thing that we can do is do a bookmark out of packing tape. Okay, we don't want any of that. Sorry for the noise. Okay, try and line it up as best I can. There. And put this one down. Should have cleaned my glasses before I... Okay, so there we go. It's laminated, which is awesome, by using packing tape. We laminated it. Okay. And you can see if I'd used the skinnier one, we would have been in better shape. Now we just have to go around the edge because I wasn't super... Tried to be super straight and I wasn't. Okay. Oh, and I did find my Teresa Collins scissors. I need to remember to bring them in here because they're the ones that cut through the sticky stuff really, really well. So then I can also add a eyelet to the top. And that'll, there we go. Just like you would have if you bought a bookmark. So, you know, if you're giving someone a book as a gift, or you just have somebody that you know that likes to read, you can add a bookmark. You can add a bookmark and in a card, like a birthday card. I just think that they're kind of fun, and that's why I wanted to show it. I was like, and this page from the kit just is perfect to show you how to do them. And let's go ahead, pull this through. You could even stamp something on the back or write a message, write a note there. Okay, so there's that. Let's see, we have, well, this obviously we could make another stamp or another paper clip out of that. This one can also be a sticker. And we do have that guest check that we started off with, right? So maybe go ahead and clean up this. Clean up the edge here. And clean up this edge here because it doesn't look like it got glued down over here. And then we have this edge up here that we can see if we can, well, I guess it doesn't. There we go. So now I'm going to try and see if I can take the sticker back off. Of course, it worked that one day. Here we go. Look at there. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful that I'm going to be able to do this. You don't even, oh my gosh. Okay, let's add color. I like, if I can, I like to add my color to the top of things because that's what you're going to see out of a pocket or something like that. And then we have our lace. And let's see, let's add our lace to the back using the fabric tack because it is fabric that we're adding here. I'm going to add that across. I like this, these guest checks because we do have lines across the back that you can actually journal on as well as journaling on the front. And then we come back in and we can go ahead and add our pansy as well. And I'm going to go ahead and distress the edges. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and rip it. Okay, rip it there. And then okay, we can staple it right here and it could be a tab. That's what we're going to do. Staple it. There we go. Stapled. It's a tab. And I think we've used all of our pieces. So let's go ahead and check out what we got out of that one sheet. And using, oh, we still have that. Oop, we got that too. Oop and oop. Oop and oop. Okay. So here we can go ahead and we can come in and stamp on this maybe. I could add another ticket to it. Yeah, lots of fun things that we can do there. So this is going to be a pocket that we'll be able to put in, or we can put it in on a pocket because we do, it is sticky back. Okay, so we have our guest check. We have our sticky back pocket. We have our really pretty pansy, glittery pansy paper clip. We have our yellow butterfly paper clip on the blue ticket. We have our bookmark laminated with the packing tape. We have our flower song here, and it has this tab here, and it has the canceled stamp on the back. And so there's that, and it can go into something, or we can attach it with, even with some washi tape or something. We have our flip up, flip down, where we use the sticker to decorate And then, but we still have our quote from the quote paper. And then we have our quote paper pocket. So this side has our quote. And passion is energy. Feel the power that comes from focusing on what excites you. Yay. This one is, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. That's Nelson Mandela. This one was Oprah Winfrey. Okay, so there's those. We have this ticket, and of course it is also a sticker. So it's very possible that this could get put onto something else, as well as these. Okay, so we have the tags, but they could, also become something else, or they could just go and live in this little pocket right here. So that is what we have and what we made out of one sheet from the Pansy digital kit. And we have these 3 pieces and a ticket left. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. And I hope you're excited about the party. If you finished your Spring Stash Buster Junk Journal for the challenge, the group and the party place is open. And if you have not gotten invited there and you did make and finish it, please, in the Spring Stash Buster challenge, post your video and or tag me where you posted it so that I can see that you finished it and you finished it on time. Okay, so there you go. Just a bunch of little embellishments that I'll be able to use in my the next journal that I'm making, and I hope you enjoyed. Find something to celebrate every day. Don't forget to subscribe. Have an amazing day. Thanks for being here. Bye. Bye-bye.